Hello and welcome to the MaxML Plus video demonstrations. My name is Michael. I'm going to be talking you through the key elements of MaxML Plus today. MaxML Plus is Office Friendly's email campaign platform. So if we start with, if you log into your MaxML Plus account, you'll be taken to this main page. This is what we call the dashboard, and this gives you an overview of the account activity. At the moment, this one is pretty blank because this is a brand new trial account for this demonstration. However, once you begin sending emails, this chart here will have different spikes in it, showing you the different activity and different emails that you're sending. And it'll even show you ones that have been sent, those that have been opened, and those that have been clicked on. So you can really easily track it just from that snapshot. It's got different buttons and drop-down menus on the top right here, which take you to different parts of MaxML Plus, which we will cover in other videos. However, the main button that you're going to want to use when you log into Dashboard is this one called New Campaign. So if you get ahead and click that, that will take you through to choosing a template or a layout for your email. Now, there are various different options that you can choose from here. You can start completely from scratch and use a completely blank template. There are several templates that Office Friendly have created for you. Now, these cover various different topics ranging from specific promotions for this quarter that we have chosen for you, and we've made all these emails. All you'd have to do on these emails is put in your details, put in your hyperlinks and your prices, and that email is ready to go. If you hover over this, you'll see a little I button. That lets you just preview the email. So you can see from here that this email is ready to go. All you need to do is pop in your prices over the X's here, pop in your phone number and your email and website hyperlinks, and your details right at the top and right at the bottom, and that email is ready to go for you. There's various different ones for the quarterly promotions, any promotion that is in the big sale mailer for this quarter, and then also different topics as well. So seasonal, things like school products, fans for the summer, technology products like printers or headsets, diaries and planners, FM and furniture. And if you scroll right down to the bottom, you'll see even more templates that are just from MaxML Plus. Now, these have all the layout already created for you, but they don't have the content. So these are very good for things like newsletters or a middle ground between templates and going completely from scratch. Again, if we click preview here, you'll see that all the layout, colors and things like that are already done for you, but all the content like the text and the images, you would have to put in yourself. But once you're happy with that, you'd click select and that would take you through to building it. But what we're going to do today, we're not going to use one of these templates, and I'm going to show you how to build an email completely from scratch. So if I click select there, and it allows me to name my campaign. Now, this campaign name is not seen by customers, it is only seen by you and the way that you want to organize your email campaigns. So for the purposes of today, I'm going to call this the MaxML Plus Demo Video 1. Now, underneath you can see here that it allows you to save it in different locations. From the dashboard, you can create different folders for your campaigns. However, this is a personal preference on how you want to organise them. I personally let it just automatically files things in chronological order, and I think that's a good way to file them. However, if you do want to create different folders for different segments of customers or different types of campaign, go ahead and do so. But for now, if you choose the name that you want to call it for your filing system and just save it in campaigns and click continue, then that will take you through to the 5-step setup. The 5-step setup is so named because it's got 5 points here that you'll see that we need to fill in. And then underneath you've got a preview window. This is a very basic layout of how your email may appear in somebody's inbox, whether they're on Outlook or Gmail. This gives you a very basic window and how it could look. Now, if we start with the subject line is obviously very important because that dictates whether someone will open it very often. So you have to think of something clever, something catchy, or even something informative that is going to convince people that they should open your email. We always advise that you avoid certain words like win or free, depending on the promotion and things like that. But if you avoid words like win and free, because they can be considered as spam words, and even if you are a safe sender to someone, then different email providers can sometimes move your email into a spam folder or a junk folder, and that's what you don't want. You want your email to land in somebody's inbox. So if we go with the subject line of welcome to Maxemail Plus. Now you'll see on the right hand side that there are two little icons of subject line. There's the little smiley face, and if you click on that, there are different emojis that you can use. Now this is all dependent on the type of customers that you are sending to, or the type of business that you're doing as well. Office Friendly don't really use emojis that much. One, because we're going business to business a lot of the time, but also because we have seen from reports that a large majority of our recipients read our emails on Outlook. And on Outlook, emojis don't show up, they just appear as a small rectangle. However, if you can see that the majority of your recipients are looking at their emails on their phone, then you can put in an emoji, and that may make your subject line stand out a little bit more against everything else in their inbox. So it's definitely worth looking at your customer base and seeing whether an emoji is going to be beneficial for you. The second one is something that we do use quite a bit more. If we click on that, you'll see that there's a little drop-down menu of different data fields. Now these are the core ones that are already built into Maxemail Plus, things like first name, full name, and postcode. And what a data field and a personalization can do, it can add that extra level to your subject line. So if I click on first name here, you will see that the subject line now reads welcome to Maxemail Plus at first name. Now depending on who the recipient is, if you've got the data field set up on your contacts, then each individual person will see that differently. So if I were to receive this email, I would see welcome to Maxemail Plus Michael. Now, even a little thing like the adding of a name into a subject line has shown to increase an open rate of up to 30 to 40%. So if you've got that data, it really is worth coming up with a subject line that's got some personalization in it, just automatically building that relationship and that rapport with the recipient and seeing if they open your email. Now, next up is the friendly from name. And this is the email, the name that the email will be coming from. So the name that will appear in your inbox. So you can see down here in the preview at the moment, we've got our subject line already there, but you'll see that it's currently coming from office.friendly@r1.office-news.co.uk, which is a bit of a mouthful, and it looks very technological. It doesn't feel very personal. And if you've got that personalization, that is your aim. You're hoping that the recipient is responding to your email as if they were getting an email from anybody else. So the friendly from name is a way to overpower that email domain and to dictate who the email is seen coming from. So for example, I can just put in my business name, Office Friendly, and automatically the preview down here has changed. So the email is now coming from Office Friendly rather than that email address, which automatically makes it a lot more approachable. Now, with the friendly from name, you can also put in a data field. So if you click there, at the moment we don't have any bespoke one set up, but what you can do when you're uploading contacts is to set up your own data fields. So if I put in account manager, now when I receive this email, I wouldn't necessarily just have welcome to Maxemail Plus from Office Friendly. I would see welcome to Maxemail Plus Michael, and it would be coming from my account manager. So for example, Katie Granter. So Katie Granter, Office Friendly. Again, if you've got a sales rep or an account manager that have built up rapport with customers, then this can add that extra level of personalization and give that extra little nudge for someone to open your email. Now the next step is the from address. And you'll see from before we set the friendly from name and the preview down here, it's currently coming from the email address of office.friendly@r1, etc. Now, many people question why the email can't come from their own email domain for their business. And the main reason is because the more emails that you send from your domain, that weakens the power of your domain, and the more likely you are to be flagged as spam, because the internet will just see that you're sending out a lot of different messages depending on how many you're sending out, and eventually it will weaken your score of your domain. So we don't want you to do that. And so MaxML Plus generates this domain for you. It will include your business name so that there's not too many questions, but on the large scale of it, it's not your email address that it's coming from to protect you, but enough, it's relatable enough to your business that people will still recognize it. Now what you can do is you can put in a forwarding address underneath here. So this email address, the office.friendly@r1, unfortunately we don't have an access to an inbox for that because it's just an automatically generated domain. So there is no inbox for it. But if someone were, for example, to click reply to one of your emails, instead of on one of the call to actions, if they just clicked reply in Outlook or in Gmail, then the email that they send at the moment goes to this generated one. And if you don't have access to that, you may lose the opportunity to respond to a complaint or a question or even an order request, which we don't want. So in forwarding address, we want you to put the address that you can access. So for example, if I put in michael.hudson@officefriendly, so my email address, now if someone were to click reply to this email, this would come directly to me rather than this domain here, meaning that I would get all the responses and I can action them accordingly. The fifth step is the campaign tags. So much like the folders to organize campaigns that we talked about earlier, this is a completely personal preference. However, I think if you are going to be sending a lot of emails, then it is definitely worth putting in some tags. Now, these tags, very much like hashtags or tagging of a video on YouTube, it just helps you identify it in different ways. So this email is going to be about these demonstration videos, and so I'm going to tag this as MaxML Plus. Let's spell it correctly. MaxML Plus. Hit enter, and that creates a little tab for me, and that is now a set tag. I'm also going to tag it as a video, as a demo, and as a resource as well. Now, depending on the different campaign that you're sending, you can tag it accordingly. You could tag things for existing customers. You could tag things, whether it's a promotion or a competition, or even the kind of season that is, so summer, Valentine's Day, etc. And then in the future, when you're looking at your list of campaigns, you can actually filter your list of campaigns based on tags. So if in about a year's time you want to look at the kind of emails that you were sending last summer or last Valentine's Day, you can search for the tag of summer or Valentine's Day, and it'll only show you the ones that have been tagged. So if you are going to use tags, it is important to keep up with them. But again, it is a personal preference on how you work that. So now that we've filled in all 5 of those steps, you can see in the preview window here that it's showing us how that is going to look. If you have come up with maybe 2 subject lines, or you're not too sure whether you want to include the account manager data field, then there is a thing called split testing. And you'll see up here, you've got the little green A and B. If you click that, it comes up with a few different options. Now the main 2 are the subject line or the friendly from name. So if we go for the friendly from name today and click apply, then you'll see it creates 2 tabs up here. We've got version A, which has all 5 steps that I can edit, and version B is keeping everything the same apart from the friendly from name. So if on here, I just delete the account manager data field. So version A is welcome to MaxML Plus first name, and the friendly from name has my account manager in. But on version B, the friendly from name is just office friendly. Maybe I want to see whether the account manager and that rapport that they have built is actually going to increase the open rate for me. Now, what a split test does, once you've completely chosen your different versions, you can add multiple versions. If you want to then try maybe another data field, maybe coming from the managing director, for example. But once you've set up all of your different versions and you've sent your email, the Split testing will automatically work out which version is better for you. So if we were to send this email to 100 people, 10 people would receive version A and 10 people would receive version B. And then depending on which one was more successful, so say for example version B got 7 people opening it and version A only got 5, then Maximal Plus would automatically assume that version B is going to be more successful, and so the other 80 people will all receive version B. So once you've accepted your split testing and you're happy with it, and you're happy with how your email preview is coming up at the bottom here, then if you click on the right here, you can either click Save and stay on this page, or Save and Continue, and that will take you through to the next page. Now the next page is the email builder, which we're going to cover in the next video. So if you have any further questions about the setup of a campaign or choosing a template, then drop us an email at marketing@officefriendly.co.uk or call the marketing team on 0114 256 6300.